I'm gonna tell you, man, there was one time that something like this happened. Me personally, I think Jimmy's a good guy, you know. I like myself, I like my attitude, get along with people and everything, but I'm from Indiana. Country boy, family means everything, means everything. And I found out that a third party had came into my marriage, and my wife was going to leave me and take my kids. That was a time. That was actually the one and only time I've ever had a thought or a notion about taking my life. And I really had to think about it, because I'm a singer, I'm a Christian, and they tell you all the time that if you commit suicide, that you're gonna go to hell and all this kind of stuff. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I went to some of my people, some of my friends. They listened, but they couldn't hear me. They couldn't hear me. They couldn't hear my cry. And I'm gonna tell you, I'll never forget. It was one morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had made arrangements the night before because I had to go to, had to fly back to Indiana to go to a memorial service. And that morning, I'd gotten up around 4:30, and it was around 5 o'clock. I was praying to God, and I said, God, you got to do something to take this pain away. If you don't, I don't know what I'm going to do. You got to do something to take this pain away. And then the thought came to me. It said, and I actually literally, as crazy as this may sound, I know this sounds crazy, as crazy as this may sound, I literally prayed to God. And I said, God, when I am up 20,000 feet in the air in that airplane, just let it go down. Let it go down. Let it crash. And that will solve two things. One, it'll take all the pain away. I know the pain you're going through. It'll take all the pain away. And then, second, I'm not really committing suicide, so I could be with him. I mean, just how crazy does that sound? But that's where I was. That's where I was. And right when I got to that point, 5 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden, it was still dark outside, all of a sudden, my telephone rang. And I grabbed my cell phone and I looked. And I saw it was my sister that lives in Columbus, Ohio. And I picked up the phone, I said, hello? And the very first words, before she said hello or anything, the very first words that came out of her mouth was, you shall live and not die. I sat there in shock. I didn't know what to do. There's no way that she could have knew what I was thinking, what I was dealing with, what I was going through. There's no way. Yes, it's my sister. She knew that we were going through this divorce and all this kind of stuff, but she couldn't have known where I was at that moment. And I asked her, why did you call me? And she said, God told me to call you. At that moment, my life, she saved my life, man. She saved my life. She saved my life. You know, I actually went to some counseling. It gave me some good points to ponder, you know, but it really didn't bring me out of the real depression that I was in, man, because I was a mess. Friends had talked to me about doing the 5 steps, 10 steps, 12 steps, whatever. And hey, if that works for you, go with it, go with it. But it just wasn't for me. And the only thing that worked for me was turning to God. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I'll be honest, it didn't take no 12 steps. When I went and gave this thing to him, I mean, immediately, the taste of cocaine and everything else, every drug, every alcohol, everything I was doing, he snatched it out right then and there immediately. And I'm telling you, it's not, what works for you, but it was nothing but the Lord Jesus Christ that could work for me. And that's the only thing, because I'm an extreme person. And so in this situation, it took an extreme God to snatch me out of it and to set me free. And today I'm free. I've learned this. When you get there, when you get to that place where you've tried everything and everything has failed, try Jesus. I did. Hey, I'm all with the 12-step programs and all of that stuff. But for me, it took the Lord Jesus Christ. He didn't give up on you. We give up on him. He's the only thing that can save you.